Welcome to Chilling Chatter. Tonight, we bring you a story straight from Los Angeles. A story of an apartment that was never empty, of cabinets that moved on their own, and of a little girl who never left. Los Angeles, a city of dreams, but also of nightmares. For years, I lived in a two-bedroom apartment that should have been ordinary, should have been safe, but it wasn't. I never knew what would be waiting for me when I came home each night, because my apartment, it was haunted. At first, it was small things, lights flickering, a whisper in the dead silence when I was home, alone, objects not where I left them. Then something more unnerving, something I could no longer ignore. The cabinets. Every single night, I would come home from work, unlock the door, step inside, and everything was perfectly normal. Everything in its place. Cabinets closed, silence pressing against the walls. But the moment I turned my back, whether I went to my bedroom, sat in the living room, or even just glanced away, something would happen. I'd return to the kitchen to find every single cabinet door wide open, not just some, all of them. The ones at eye level, the ones too high to reach without a chair, even the ones near the floor. Every single one opened at the exact same angle, gaping like silent mouths, as if something had moved through them, touching, lingering, leaving its mark. I'd close them, double-check, try to brush it off, but I knew something was in my apartment. And then, one night, I saw her. I just walked in, exhausted from work. I dropped my keys on the counter, barely paying attention, and then I felt it, a shift. The air grew heavy, thick like the atmosphere before a storm. I turned my head, and there she was, a little girl. She stood in the dim hallway just beyond the kitchen, motionless, watching me. Her cream-colored dress looked old, the lace edges yellowed with time. Her dark hair were pulled into pigtails, framing a face that was wrong. Not because she was disfigured or monstrous, but because she shouldn't have been there. She didn't belong. She took a step forward, her bare feet soundless against the wooden floor. Then, before I could react, she turned and walked off into the living room, disappearing into the shadows. My body went cold. For the longest time, I just stood there, frozen, heart pounding, skin crawling. I wasn't alone. That night, I didn't sleep. I could hear her, the faint giggle, the soft thump of something shifting in another room, a whisper just at the edge of my hearing, playful, yet distant, like a child talking to herself. But the worst part, she wasn't malicious. She didn't scream, didn't try to hurt me. She was just there, watching, playing, moving things, waiting. And somehow, that made it worse. Because if she wasn't the one opening those cabinets, if she wasn't the one whispering in the dead of night, then who was? The days passed, and the activity intensified. The cabinet doors began opening while I was watching. I'd be standing in the kitchen, sipping coffee, when I'd hear it creak, then another, creak, then another, one by one. Each door swung open, deliberate, precise. A chill would settle in my chest, a creeping dread spreading through my veins. She was showing me. She wanted me to see. One night, I woke up to the sound of laughter right next to my ear. I bolted upright, my breath caught in my throat. My room was dark. The air felt wrong. I fumbled for the light switch. Nothing was there, but my closet door, one I always kept shut, was wide open. Inside, the clothes were swaying, as if something had just brushed past them. That was it. I couldn't stay. The night before I left, the activity exploded. Cabinets slammed open and shut repeatedly. My bedroom door rattled violently. The lights flickered, plunging me into moments of suffocating darkness. And over it all, laughter. Not just the girl's giggle anymore. Something else was laughing with her. Something deep, something guttural, something wrong. I packed my things that night and never looked back. The apartment, it still stands. People still live there. I wonder if they see her. I wonder if they've met him. And I wonder if late at night, they still hear the sound of cabinets creaking open, one by one by one, waiting. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Chilling Chatter for more terrifying tales that will keep you up at night. Drop a comment below. Have you ever experienced something paranormal? Let's hear your stories. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and whatever you do, don't ignore the shadows.